I'm going to take you to every bookshop that I go to in New York. I'm going to try and see as many as I can and as many as my boyfriend will permit me to go to. But today is Thursday and it's looking like a Manhattan book shopping day, amongst trying to fit in a few social plans that I have. And then the next day is a Brooklyn day, so we're going to go to the Ripped Bodice, which is the romance only bookstore. I'm so excited, so I had to do a whole separate vlog for this because there are just so many bookshops in New York and I'm excited to go to them all. I have a parcel to pick up in Barnes & Noble, so I'm going to do that. It's a pre-order special edition of the After book because I couldn't get it on Amazon in the UK. I ended up pre-ordering it to the wrong address, and then the only way I could reorder it is if I cancelled it. I cancelled it and then it's not available on the website. So we are gonna go pick that up in Barnes & Noble because they had it. Maybe see if Target have some books today as well. And then go to, I think McNally bookshops and Strand bookshops are on my key list, and our hotel is not far from those. So let's get stuck in to the Manhattan bookshops first. It's been 3 days we've been in New York now. We landed on the Wednesday night and it is now Saturday. It is the day of my friend's wedding, which is why my hair looks like this. It doesn't start till the evening, so I'm keeping my hair in this as we walk around Manhattan today. But I thought I would check in because book shopping has kind of been very sporadic in our plans. I was supposed to do a whole book shopping day on Thursday. It didn't quite happen that way because I met my old boss and then I met my new boss and the timings were quite tight, and then we came to a hotel, so doing all of that and moving around meant that we didn't book shop as much as I wanted to. I did pick up the After book, which was on the Barnes & Noble on 5th Avenue. We went in to pick up the book because we were running late to meet my boss, so we literally went in, picked it up and left. So I think on today's list will be to go back to this store, but it's the smaller one, it's not the famous big one. But I picked up the special edition of the After book and the sprayed edges are so good. I almost wish I didn't panic and pre-order it and I just waited to pick up my own, because this one is a little bit battered, but that's fine. I mean, it still looks really good. Like, look how the sprayed edges are like shiny as well. So I'm so glad that I've got this book. This was the book that got me into reading, so I had to get the 10th anniversary copy of it. So we've got this. And then we didn't do any other bookshops that day because, like I said, we were in a rush. But yesterday we went to the Ripped Bodice in Brooklyn, which was amazing. And that is what this bag is. I don't know, not all of this is from the Ripped Bodice. I've just been moving stuff, but I will do like a haul now of all the books I've bought so far, and then hopefully today, because it's Saturday, we have more time to do more bookshops, so I will do another haul if I'm allowed to get any more, because Tom says I'm not allowed to get any more books because I don't know how it's going to fit in the suitcase. But yeah, so at the Ripped Bodice I obviously got this shopping bag, and then we can ignore this parcel is a book from my friend that I got delivered to my office location in New York, and that's the Beach Read special edition book. And then in the Ripped Bodice I got this Reading and Rain candle. A lot of the candles, they had loads of different characters from like the ACOTAR series and stuff like that, but I found some of the candles really sweet smelling, but this one is soft linen and white tea and rainwater, so it's a lot more mellow and it kind of goes with the vibe of my flat, and I love reading when it's raining outside, so that felt very fitting for me. Also got the Ripped Bodice bookmark. They had like t-shirts and stuff, but I keep going a bit too crazy with like Taylor Swift merch and stuff at the moment, so I thought Tom would kill me if I got more merch. So I got a bookmark because I will actually use that when I read. And then I got this book because I have the special edition Binding 13 book and the Fourth Wing special edition book that I pre-ordered to my New York office location, so I will show you that when I get my hands on it, and I will show you those at the end of this video. But because I want to get the whole US cover of the Binding 13, the Boys of Tommen series, I got this from the Ripped Bodice to continue the collection because I like these ones have the colourful edges, which I think will go nice with the special edition Binding 13. So I got those in the Ripped Bodice. So we had like a Brooklyn day yesterday, but like the full details of that will be on my normal New York vlog. This is just like the book stuff. So then we went before dinner to the massive Barnes & Noble, which is near Flatiron, and that's the one that I see everywhere. That's the famous one. That was the one I really wanted to go to this trip. I think Ripped Bodice and the big Barnes & Noble were like my top picks, and I ended up getting quite a few books. So I got Heartstopper Volume 1, the special Barnes & Noble edition, because you can't get this in the UK. I bought it, and then literally 5 minutes later to Tom I was like, oh my god, wait, is this the same as the normal like hardback special edition in the UK? So we did a bit of googling because the front looks very similar, but actually the edge is completely different. Like in the UK it's pink, so I'm glad I got this, and it's actually signed, which is so cool. So like I've got the 5th book special edition signed, and now I've got the 1st book signed, so I just need to get 2, 3 and 4 in the special editions to make the collection. And then I ended up, because I love Magnolia Parks and I love the Magnolia Park series, I have not read Jessa Hastings' Never book yet, so I've only read her Magnolia Parks ones. And the reason for that is because in the UK you can only get a hardback version of this book. The paperback isn't out yet. I want to say it's out in like February or something next year. So I picked up the paperback. I literally gasped as soon as I saw this on the shelf. I already had like a handful of books and I was like, I'm done. And then I saw this and I was like, I need to pick this up in paperback. And I love in the US how floppy books are. Like how nice is that? Perfection. So yeah, I got that. And then to finish collecting the Binding 13 books, I got book 4 and book 5. And I know I literally have 1, 2, 4 and 5, and I'm missing book 3, and that is because when we went into the big Barnes & Noble, they didn't have the coloured side of book 3. They only had the cover with like the black spine, and I obviously want them matching. So when we go back to Barnes & Noble on 5th Avenue today, or other bookshops, I will pick those up. But the plan is today to finish off the bookshops that are on my list. It's a lot more condensed than maybe it would be because there's so many bookshops in New York, and Tom keeps finding loads on his like Instagram reels as well. He was like, oh, have you heard of this bookshop? But we aren't going to all of them because there's just not enough time. Like I still have to get ready for my friend's wedding. It starts in the early evening tonight, so I need to get ready in the afternoon today. So book shopping this morning for a couple of hours, and some shops that Tom wants to go to. So I think we're going to do Strand bookstore, and McNally Jackson is on my list. If we find other bookshops, maybe we'll pop in, but time is slim. We might have more time tomorrow before the airport because we go back tomorrow, so I'm not sure. But yeah, that is my book haul so far, and I don't know if I will fit any more books because they're really heavy. I don't know if I'll be able to fit them in my suitcase, but I was really wanting to get the Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline copies in the US because they've stopped doing the self-published versions of them. In the UK, I think they're gonna traditionally publish them, whereas here they've still got them but slightly different sizing. So I was maybe gonna put on Vinted my current Haunting Adeline self-published book, and then with that money, because I think I can actually sell it for probably more than I bought it for, or just the same as what I bought it for, and get the US covers of them because I need to read the second book, but I want the covers to match, which I know sounds really particular. But yeah, this is my book haul so far. Oh, I forgot to add this one. So this is the haul so far. It is very heavy. I need to rein it in today, but I need to get the 3rd book in this series, and then it will complete the US covers of these books. I actually really quickly forgot to add that I went shopping at the airport before New York. I picked up 2 books there, buy one get one half price in the WH Smith bookshop. I love the airport bookshops because you can get special editions that only the airport produce. Thomas stood here just looking at me, by the way. So I ended up getting the new Sally Rooney release because it's only available in hardback. So this is the airport edition of this book, and I know I want to read it quite quickly. So I got this one, and then I got, because it was buy one get one half price, I saw the Jacqueline Wilson adult book was available. So I have not heard anything about this. I've seen a couple of people reading it on my social media, and I'm excited to get into that because I used to read Jacqueline Wilson when I was younger, and it's really interesting that she's written an adult book. I really don't have any space for any more books, but if I talk nicely to Tom, he might put some in his suitcase. I bought another book and I'm not supposed to, but I got it in Target and it was $16, so I couldn't not. So I'm going to get the second one in Barnes & Noble because I've got a voucher because I've bought so many books. Adding to the growing collection. Okay, so it is now Sunday, which is our last day, and we did the Barnes & Noble by the hotel yesterday and McNally Jackson. McNally Jackson was so nice. It was such a nice store. I ended up getting this tote because it's got dogs all over it. And then I went to Barnes & Noble to use my $5 voucher and to get the final book in the Boys of Tommen series with the colourful edge. And then I completed the Haunting Adeline series by getting number 2. Small book haul, but I can't buy any more. We're hopefully going to Strand bookstore today if we have time before the airport, but we'll see how we go because I've got to pack up this room now.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop.